Welcome to astrobix.com Vedic Astrology webcasts. Lal Kitab is very different from Vedic astrology. Vedic astrology gives prime importance to the ascendant, whereas Lal Kitab doesn't give importance to ascendant in the horoscope, since it considers Aries as the only ascendant. It has its own set of mathematical calculations which are different from Vedic astrology. In Vedic astrology, the results are based on the Varga Kundalis like Navamsh, Dashams, Lagna Kundali, etc. On the other hand, the results of the Lal Kitab are based on the position of planets in the Kundali. The rules of aspects on various houses is also different from the method followed in Vedic astrology. By analyzing all these factors, it is evident that Lal Kitab has its own set of rules and principles and should not be mixed with Vedic astrology. In this webcast, we will study the classification of Kundalis as per the Lal Kitab. According to Lal Kitab, some horoscopes or Kundalis are known as Andhi Kundali or Andha. If more than two enemy planets are present in the 10th house, the horoscope is known as Andhi Kundali. These planets often fight with each other, and as a result, this kind of horoscope is not able to give good results. Such a Kundali acts like a blind person who loses his ability to see things and doesn't understand the course of action. The collision of two enemy planets in the 10th house gives inauspicious results. This collision may create instability in employment and might give excessive difficulties to the native. Adhiandhi Kundali is formed by the yogas involving two enemy planets. The presence of two enemy planets in this Kundali gives inauspicious results. For instance, if Sun and Rahu are in the 10th house of your Kundali along with the enemy of Sun Saturn in the 4th house, then it will be considered an Adhiandhi Kundali. Sun and Saturn are enemies of each other, which makes the 10th house completely inauspicious. If Sun is in the 4th house and Saturn in the 7th house, then also the native might go through a lot of suffering in his life. According to Lal Kitab, Andhi Kundali can also become the cause of instability in finance and unemployment. Therefore, the native must adopt a flexible approach at the workplace. The native in this condition might have to work really hard to earn his living. As a result, the person has to suffer a lot to fulfill even the basic needs of life. But all these adversities can be overcome by determination. A person with Andha must feed 10 blind people to get auspicious results. You can also consult experts of Lal Kitab to get suitable remedies for your Kundali. Dhimi Kundali is another type of Lal Kitab Kundali. The native with Dhimi Kundali gets help from divine powers in most difficult situations of life, when there is no other support from anyone or anywhere. The malefic effects of inauspicious planets gets reduced to a large extent in a Dhimi Kundali. A Dhimi Kundali is formed when Jupiter and Saturn are present in one house, especially in an auspicious house of your Kundali. The formation of the Kundali is based on the fact that Saturn is the Karak of fate and Jupiter is the Guru of all the planets. The combination of both the strong planets reduces the defects in the Kundali. Dhimi Kundali brings changes in the behavior of naturally malefic planets. The chances of severe obstacles in the life of the native are reduced with the influence of the Dhimi Teva. The meaning of Kayam Grahavali Kundali is a Kundali with the presence of planets which are strong and well balanced in every aspect and are not affected by other planets making it malefic. If in your Kundali the strong planets are not affected by malefic planets, then the Kundali will have good results and will give you a good life. But in this Kundali, the malefic planets must not have an impact. When the planets in the Kundali are not affected by any enemy planet or its sign, then it is known as the Kundali with Kayam Graha. In this Kundali, an auspicious planet must not be conjunct with any enemy planet. Such planets, when present in the Kundali, have a positive impact on the life. The planets which make the Kundali Kayam Grahavali is called the planet of fortune or Kismat ka Grah. When planets exchange places with each other in exalted signs, debilitated sign or in fixed houses, then a Kundali with companion planets or Sathi Grahavali Kundali is formed. For instance, 5th house is the fixed house of Sun and 10th house is the fixed house of Saturn. If you find Sun in the 10th house and the Saturn in the 5th house, then these planets will be called companions. The inauspicious effects of the planets that form companionship in this Kundali are reduced, including the conflict between the two planets. companion planets give positive results to the native in the Kundali. Although planets in the companionship provide auspicious results, Mercury is considered an exception to this rule. According to Lal Kitab, some horoscopes are formed with confrontational planets or mukable ke Grahavali Kundali. This means that the friendly planets in the horoscope become enemies of each other due to some combination. If an enemy planet conjuncts planets which are friendly to each other, then also this Kundali is formed. In this Kundali, the relations between the friendly planets become sour. For instance, if Venus comes in the 6th house, which is the house of Virgo sign of Mercury, and Sun comes in the 7th house or in the Libra sign, then the relationship between Venus and Mercury will be affected. Thank you for watching this webcast. Visit astrobix.com for more free Vedic astrology content. You can also get your Lal Kitab horoscope from astrobix.com.